Hey everyone, welcome to day 25 of the 30-day Body, Mind, and Spirit Challenge. Today, I want to share with you a technique I've taught in the past about utilizing the power of running water to help reinvigorate the spirit. Obviously, everything I do is about water, and when you can utilize the life force of water to help elevate the mind and the spirit simultaneously, it's pretty awesome. And you've all been around very powerful water sources in the US and New York. There's Niagara Falls. It's just immense consciousness, immense power continually flowing, and harnessing that power to help elevate the mind and the spirit are truly awesome. And it's very simply done. You just can kind of, well, I'm not going to sit because it's 20 degrees out here. My butt cheeks will stick to whatever I sit on. I don't want to do that. But you can kind of see, the water that is running. And you can see how cold it is. It's kind of frozen over there. But just sit, cross-legged wherever you are, and put your attention on the running water. Okay? You're going to breathe through your nose, out through your mouth several times. On the in-breath, you're taking in the power of the water, and on the out-breath, you are exhaling the byproduct that is keeping the mind and the spirit stuck at different levels. And what you'll find very quickly is you're going into almost like a meditative state. And in that meditative state is where the gunk just starts to roll. And you're just giving it to the water, you're taking in the life force of the water, and you're giving it something in return. And what it does in return is the same way as water gets clean. When it flows, it takes that gunk and it just washes it away. Awesome technique for elevating the mind and the spirit. And truly folks, when your mind is clear, just by being next to a powerful water source, magic happens. And in the higher octaves is where the magic happens, and it's where you always want to be. So get out there, take that hike, work on the body a little bit, find a body of water that's powerful and flowing, and allow it to do magic on you. Day 26, day 25, body, mind, and spirit. Thanks, folks.
And good morning, Reno Soriano here, the Conscious Health Alchemist, day 25 on your 30-day holistic health challenge. So, yesterday I hit you with my consciousness perspective of how your consciousness is creating your health more than anything else. So, now, today I want to get into some important topics of, most people want to change. The problem is most people don't change, okay? And I'm going to hit you with some facts today that you're probably not going to hear. But again, I'm here to be honest with you, and until you realize what's going on, not much is going to change in your life. So the sad fact is more than 90% of people who seek to expand themselves, who do personal development, who meditate, who do all these modalities, really don't experience much shifts in their lives. And I've personally been through it, and I've personally seen other people. And just a fact you may not be aware of is the personal development industry is one of the most profitable on the planet right now. And why is that? It's because it's called repeat business. Because people keep seeking outside themselves. They're not taking time to ground and go within. It's always going without. And if you go out without, the results speak for themselves. So I'm here to press you and say, look at your life. And if it doesn't resemble anything close to what you're looking to create consciously, you got some stuff in your field. You got stuff in your cache, in your subconscious, that's not allowing you to do this. And a lot of these modalities are not going to shift it. I'm sorry. I'm here to be honest with you. And it's going to require you to go really, really deep within yourself. And sometimes you're going to feel like giving up. And that's the time you need to stop, pause, breathe, and ask for help. Because sometimes what happens is your patterns and your ego are not going to want to let go. They're going to want to keep you living the life you've been living, which is limiting and drab, and now maybe you have a fantastic life, and if that's you, then you don't need to hear this message. But most people are struggling. Most people are having issues, and they have repeating pattern after repeating pattern. They've tried all these modalities, and it just doesn't shift. And so I'm here to tell you, and my aspect is focus on your health, invest most of your time, energy, and money in your health, because as you raise your vibration, you're going to have clearer, more mental clarity. You're going to have you're going to have more energy, and that's going to translate into shifts in your life. So my main message is, if you want to change your life, you got to change the energy patterns. The problem is your subconscious and all the things that you've been imprinted with since your childhood want to keep the status quo. So you're going to have to really use a lot of a lot of your spiritual faculties to get through this, because otherwise these things win out. Your subconscious stuff that's blipping out to the universe always wins out. So you need the ground, you need to start breathing, you need to change the energy pattern. So if you get up in the morning and you do the same thing over and over again, that creates an energy pattern. You got to change that pattern. So do things in a different order. How about a different change in scenery? How about changing and moving somewhere else? How long have you been where you've lived for? How long have you been there? How many decades? Maybe it's time for a change, okay? Maybe it's time for a change in wardrobe. Maybe it's time for a change in friends. Who are your friends? Who are you hanging out with? Because that directly impacts your not only your health, but your vibration and your consciousness. It affects you. And if your friends are just going through life and not doing much, you're pretty much going to be in the same suit. So the deal is, if you want to change, you want to live a victorious life, you're going to have to ascend. You're going to have to go higher. You got to increase your vibration. You got to change the energy patterns. Okay, where you live, who you with, who you live with, who are your friends, where do you hang out with, what do you do with your time and energy? Are you spending 80% of your time on computers and TV? It's time for a change, and to change your life, you got to change the energy patterns. That's one of the easiest ways. And so, like I said, you change the way you do the order of things when you wake up, but you got to change the internal environment of your house. Do you have flowers in there? Do you have harmonic things? Or is it just, the same thing that you've had for years? Your clothes, how long have you had your clothes? If you've had your clothes for more than 3 years, it's time for a detox, and it's time for a new wardrobe. How do you carry yourself? What's your style of clothing? Maybe it's time for a change in your clothes, but you got to change these things because it changes the outcome of your life. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect a change in your life. It's not going to work. If you want to change your body, if you're overweight right now and you want your body to be different, you're going to have to change a bunch of stuff. And I've been leading you down this path now. We're on day 25. Come on now. I know sometimes it's a challenge, but you got to step up to the plate, because if you don't do this now, you're not going to do it, my friend. I'm telling you, I'm here to be real. I have nothing to sell you. Most people out there are going to take your money. They're going to sell you. They're going to pitch all this crap at you thinking, they're going to make you think that they have the Holy Grail. And guess what happens? Not much. So I'm going to press you once again. We're coming down. We're on day 25. If you don't do this now, you're not going to ever do it. Okay? Don't fool yourself. I'm saying step up to the plate. You want to live a victorious life. You want to have high vibe. You're going to have to change your life. You got to change the energy patterns. Change the order of the way you're doing things. Change your house around. Change the colors. Change your wardrobe. Change your friends. Clear out some of your friends. If it feels draining after you're with someone, that's your clue to get rid of them. It's okay. You can do a person detox, a friend detox. It's okay to let go of friends. You just have to change your life. You have to change the energy patterns. That's how you do it, one step at a time. You start clearing out your clothes. You start clearing out some friends. You maybe move to somewhere else. Move to a new location, move to a new state, move to a new country. It needs new energy. You need new energy if you want to change your life, my friend. All right? So this continues on my perspective of consciousness. Consciousness is king. Consciousness is how you're going to change your life. One day at a time, one step at a time, one thought at a time. You got to start being your own mentor, because most people out there are zipping and they got their own lives, okay? So if you want to live a victorious life, you got to take your power back, and it's going to take some effort at first, but you'll see as you start commanding more of your power and you start embodying more of your true self, you'll see miracles happen, I assure you, but you're going to have to make the commitment. Without the commitment, you're not going very far. So I'm here to press you. Don't let it happen to you. Do not become a statistic. Do not let life pass you by like 95% of the people on this planet. This time is now. The time is now for major change. We have to help this planet. You're the one who can help yourself. You're the one you've been waiting for, my friend. Okay? No one's coming to save your butt. You are the one that has all the answers to your solutions. You got to go within. Stop going without. And I assure you, you're going to have miracles. Go within and watch the miracles happen. I'm Reno Soriano. And remember, healthy body, happy soul.
Hey guys, welcome back. We're right in the middle of the winter season here in the Northern Hemisphere, and I want to share with you today the best tips and tricks that I have in my toolbox for staying well and building that strong immune. Now, number one, as spoken about so many times, we have to have a regular stress reduction practice. If you'll think about it, probably every time in your life that you ever came down with something, cold, flu, bronchitis, bad sinus infection, you're probably really stressed out in the middle of it. I know that's true for me. But we also have to, on a physical level, look at what we can put in our bodies that actually build the immune system and doesn't take anything away, doesn't give us side effects. The body's a healing machine. We just need to give it what it needs, and it'll work. So we've all heard vitamin D. Let me just nail that home once again one more time. In the fall and winter, and we're out of the sun, we get so low in D. We need something around the 40-50 mark, even more so would be great, but at least there. If you go get tested during the winter months and you're not supplementing or eating foods rich in vitamin D, it's probably down in the 20s. So that's primary in staying well, keeping up the vitamin D. You can get it through fatty fish, tuna, mackerel, what are some other salmon, you know, the fatty fish group. So portobello mushrooms as well, egg yolks, dairy, cod liver oil. It sounds gross, but you can also get it in capsules. Those are very high in vitamin D. Second, what I want to say is if you feel something coming on, and we all get that yucky feeling when it, you know, comes into our auric field and it's starting to just settle in, first entering our body, that's when we have to tackle it. Right then, right in the first couple of hours, and we can knock it out. So one of the best ways to do this, what I found works wonderful, is grapefruit seed extract. This is very potent in boosting the immune system and raising the pH level in the blood. You want to do this. It's antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral. And you can even take this when you get food poisoning to knock the bug out in your gut. So I cannot say enough about this. I've gotten well so many times. You take it 2 or 3 times a day, 10 to 15 drops. Do what works for you. Just research it. This works wonderful. And the only caveat here is if you're on medications, talk to your doctor first about doing anything grapefruit because it can alter the medications. So second on a natural antibiotic list is Sovereign Silver. I say Sovereign Silver, that's a brand. I'm really talking about silver, but Sovereign is a great brand. You want a high quality brand. A couple of drops in your water a couple of times a day. Again, something that's natural that will not take away from your body in any way. Most over-the-counter, I would venture to say all over-the-counter medications and definitely all prescriptions will compromise your microbiome. Well, that's 75% of your immune system. So if we're killing the good bacteria, then that will make us susceptible to getting sicker more often. So that's self-defeating. We got to look at it in the future. How's that going to affect us? So if we take the natural stuff and boost our immune, we'll be good. Zinc cough drops or zinc lozenges or tablets, however you want to get it. Take zinc, and you probably want to take that on a regular basis if it's not in your multi, and get that in your body like the vitamin D on a regular basis. But when I'm talking about the grapefruit seed, the Sovereign Silver, and also oil of oregano, these are like 3 natural antibiotics, and you would only do those normally when you feel like something's coming on. You know, the vitamin D and the zinc on a regular basis. Also, elderberry syrup is huge. It's got tons of vitamin C, all kinds of chemical compounds and bioflavonoids that will help you knock things out. It's just awesome, and it tastes good too. Medicinal mushrooms, reishi, chaga, cordyceps, huge in modulating the immune system. I put reishi powder in my coffee every single morning. That not only helps my immune system on a regular basis, but it counters any kind of caffeine jitters. So if you're sensitive to caffeine, you can still get the energy from the caffeine, but none of the jittery, undesirable side effects. So again, we want to do everything we can to give our body the natural immune boosting compounds, however you want to phrase it, vitamins, minerals, everything that we can do to make ourselves stronger. Again, the anti-stress reduction, we got to get stress reduction big time, because when we are stressed out, our auric field around us can be like a cheesecloth and anything can get in. It has to pass through the auric field first, and then it manifests in the physical. So stress reduction, a lot of these products that I showed you today, do them, they will knock it out. And know you can. That's the most important thing. You can knock it out. If you don't feel like you can, then you won't. Also, you won't get well. You will succumb to illness if you never take a break for yourself. If you don't have self-care, your body's going to catch up with you and say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and get sick, so you will care for me. So think about all these aspects, because you deserve self-care. Do it. Thank you guys once again for joining, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Hi guys, and we're back. Day 25, Body, Mind, Spirit Challenge. My name is Jim Standish, one of your co-hosts, and welcome back. So today, obviously, different surroundings, different situation. Yesterday, epic fail. The computer that I was using to do the videos, boinked. It is no longer working at the moment. And so it looks like this computer, this camera, maybe the quality is not quite as good. Sounds like the audio quality may be a little better, but the visual quality not as good. So let's just concentrate on content and maybe not the visual quality, but let's work on content. So yesterday we were talking about the mala and introducing the mala into our meditation practice. So we have talked about the Sri Yantra, we have talked about malas, we have talked a little bit about mudras, and I certainly invite you to do a little bit of research on that. There's an awful lot of ways to hold your hands, to circulate energy through your body, and using different meridians, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that also. Today I want to get into the mantra. Yantras, mantras, malas, and mudras, oh my. Today we're going to talk about the mantra. If you look up mantra, there's again a PDF handout for you down below. Little Wikipedia says that a mantra is a sacred utterance or sound. The most common mantra, and the one that we're going to start practicing with, is Om. O-M, or also written as A-U-M, Om. And it's known as the sound of the universe, or the sound of creation. And we spoke a little bit about the Sri Yantra, is known as the physical manifestation of Om, and Om being the original vibration of creation. In the Bible, it talks about in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, or in some traditions, the word was Om, or it was a sound. And we know that everything vibrates, and we've been talking about that, and we've been talking about raising our vibration. So what we're going to do with Om is vibrate this little guy that's in the center of our head. So in the very center of your head, in between your ears, and directly in between this way, there is a gland known as the pineal gland. And we're going to explore the pineal gland a little bit more. And what we're going to do with this sacred sound is vibrate the pineal gland to activate it. And we're going to be adding some tools, tips, and techniques to this whole procedure. And what I am wanting to give you is the opportunity to experience the space within the space. There's a great little quote. One of my favorite movies is The Last Samurai. I don't know if you guys have ever seen The Last Samurai, but there is a scene where Tom Cruise is practicing with these bamboo swords, and he's learning the art of the samurai. And he keeps getting beat on, And one of the sages yells over from the other thing, no mind, no mind, no mind. And when you get to this place where you're no longer thinking on a conscious level, you kind of go into that unconscious thinking and go into the space between the space, and you quiet the chatter, you can actually hear a lot more. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But for now, Om. We're going to concentrate on Om and the sound of the universe. And what I want you to do at first, if you're comfortable toning it out, you can take a deep breath and just relax your voice. And what I want you to do is use your voice to vibrate the pineal gland. So you don't even have to open your mouth. You can just and every time you breathe in, when you exhale, I just want you to hum. Just hum for now. And when you're humming, you'll notice there's a vibration going on in here. And that vibration is actually vibrating your pineal gland. So when we start incorporating some of these other things, we're going to talk about playing with an eye mask and putting an eye mask on. Now, one of the things that an eye mask will do for you is turn on your pineal gland. Now, the very interesting thing about a pineal gland, and again, I invite you to do some research. Just Google it. You'll get miles of information. The pineal gland is built exactly like an eyeball, and that is the really kind of cool thing. It has an iris, it has rods and cones, and it is literally the third eye. There's this little eye in the center of your head. It is built like an eyeball. Actually gets more blood per capita than any organ in your body. Interesting. And what happens is when you close your eyes and you go to sleep at night, the pineal gland actually turns on. And there are ways that you can trick your body into creating chemicals that are produced when you start to go to sleep. And one of those chemicals is DMT, dimethyltryptamine. And that is, again, something I want you to do a little bit of research on. Read about it yourself. It's a whole other topic. So for today, we're going to go back to practicing with your mala right here. Okay? And this does take a little bit of time because it's going to be how fast you can breathe and how comfortable you're breathing. And we talked about the 108. And I really want you to practice going all the way around 108 times, either with breathing in and out. And when you breathe out, I want you to vibrate. I want you and then now if you want to open your mouth, that's fine. Any way that you can do it, like if you're around a whole bunch of people, it might be kind of weird to be toning out really loud. However, I really would like you to, at very least, hum. And I want you to feel that vibration and vibrate your pineal gland. So today we're talking about mantras. Pull up the PDF down below. There is a link at the bottom of the PDF to a very good friend of mine that will explain to you the Lakshmi mantra. And this is another way that after you practice with Om a little bit and you practice vibration, I want you to practice this Lakshmi mantra. And again, 108 times, and we're going to get a little bit more into that. So for today, it's the mantra. Go do your homework. I'll see you tomorrow, day 26. Thanks for joining me.
Hello, I'm Dr. Howard. Today we're going to talk about light therapy. I was going to make a joke about it and say, let there be light, and that's what we're going to talk about, but I decided that might be in bad taste, so I'm not going to say that. We're going to talk about is how to use light and the types of lights that you can use. You can use lasers, like this. Be careful, it's a laser. You don't want to hit yourself in the eye with it. There, turned it off. Oops. Now it's off. You can use LEDs. That was a red laser. Red LED. A little bigger light. It's the same frequency. It's within the same waveband. They are both in the therapeutic waveband for treating people. Toy. Got it at Walmart. Haven't had any more in since then. But you can get things like this at Home Depot, LED, and you can treat with it very effectively. What do you treat? all sorts of things. If you get a red pad, and a red pad looks like this. This is a $200 version, has red and infrared lights on it. You can get them for several $1,000s. They all do the same thing. You can get a less expensive one. It works too, also, but does not have a very good rating in terms of if something breaks, they don't talk to you. I got one to try, and it seemed to work fine. Red light can be very healing. They use red light to take wrinkles out of faces. You can use infrared light, which you get in one of these things. Running around the head. Infrared penetrates bone. I wouldn't hold it in one place too long, but I would continuously move it. And I would use it like this. And I would use it like that. Does wonders to help the brain. You use it for pain. It does wonders to relieve pain. The combination of red and infrared also was very useful for relieving pain. What you don't want to do is you don't want to use blue light for relieving pain. Blue light has its uses. Blue light is an antibacterial. Use it to fight infection. Use it to wake up in the morning. Tells you the day is here and it's time to wake up. Now, as you get older, blue light loses its effect for waking you up. Green light works better. A couple minutes of that, and you're awake for the day. Resets your circadian rhythms, does all sorts of things. The nice thing is the red and the infrared promote healing very nicely. And the red is very useful for balancing chakras, for stimulating acupuncture points. And you can treat the ear points. And yeah, this is not a real fine point like you get from the laser. And the lasers, you can get a laser, if you add a power supply to it, it's pretty cheap. You can get that on the web. You can also use a laser pointer, and you can get real precise. You don't need to. All you have to do is stimulating all the acupuncture points and you clear them. How do I know? No, I haven't done research directly with it. I've done it by clearing them. Of course, I can snap my fingers and clear them too. And but I like to use this sometimes. It's very convenient. It feels good. You have a client. They don't. If you snap your fingers, they would want to know why you're paying you to snap your fingers. You put a red light on them. Literature says red lights work. It's in the scientific literature. It helps. It helps with credibility in these areas. I'm not saying because I snap my fingers that it doesn't work by itself. It does. It's just I have some energy control, and maybe I don't snap them. Maybe I just twist a knob. But use red lights. It makes it very effective. They work every time. You don't have to be in. If you're too tired, you may have some trouble getting things to work. If you're just snapping fingers or swinging pendulums, well, pendulums you can swing. We used this the other day. We had a client who wanted, a friend actually, she needed some help. And her subconscious was fighting the help. What I did was I cleared her channels. I cleared all the energy channels in her body, and I kept them clear. And I called Cheryl. Cheryl came over to help. And she did the necessary energy work that would relieve our friend's problem. Our friend wanted us to help her, but her subconscious was giving her fits over it because of things that happened in the past. And so we help clear those out. If you can use this with whatever therapy you're using, you can keep the energy channels clear. And the nice thing about the broad thing is you don't have to hit the acupuncture points right on. Just have the intention that this is going to work. Run around the acupuncture points in the ear. Just make sure that you get them all cleared. And by the way, the LED is not going to do the damage that a red laser could do if it hit you in the eye. Keep that in mind. Use it with your clients. Use it to help your clients. Find out things you can do. You can clear your own acupuncture points. You can clear them. You can clear your chakras. You can clear chakras. You can clear them. You can clear the acupuncture points. These are very powerful points right here. Right here. You can clear the chakras. He's used it several ways. And figure out ways that you can use it and try it. These are inexpensive if you can find them. Otherwise, they cost a little more money. Get a laser pointer or whatever you need. If you get a red flashlight, that will work also, providing it has red LEDs and not just a red film across the top. Good luck. God bless you.
Hey everyone, Donna Whittington of Peace, Love, Joy, and Bliss Coaching. So today I wanted to talk to you about flirting. When's the last time you flirted with someone? Flirting is something that is so much fun. And for those of you who are not comfortable with flirting, flirting is just a wonderful way of opening yourself up to someone. Doesn't mean that it's going to go anywhere, but in the midst of having a fun conversation, flirting is fun. Now, there's some different types of ways that you can flirt. Some obvious signs are, of course, the wink, right? Give someone a wink that you're talking to. And the big one is, of course, smiling. Make sure you are smiling. Your smile will pick up the energy around you. And if there's someone that you are attracted to or just talking with, a cute little flirt is never going to be harmless. Some other ways to flirt, of course, is a light touch. And for women, this always seems to go better for you as far as touching is concerned. You can touch someone on their knee. Now, men, I'm going to caution you on that because may not be welcomed. So you need to just feel out the situation to see if it's something that you can do and it won't be mistaken. Okay, so if you're a man and you're, flirting with someone, feel the conversation out before you touch. If you do touch, some really safe zones are going to be the shoulder, okay, and the knee. Those are kind of safe zones. So don't reach for the face, don't reach for the breast area or anywhere else. So, and for females, same thing. You can put on a beautiful smile to flirt with. You can wink. Women, it's always cute when you flick your hair back or, show your neck. That's also kind of a cute little flirting sign. This is also, the neck is a nice little erogenous zone. So we'll talk about that in another video. But you can get away with touching. So you can do a light touch on the knee and would still be safe to do that. So if you're in a relationship and with your spouse, your partner, whoever, be sure to keep up the flirting. That keeps the relationship interesting and full of fun. So make sure you're flirting with your significant other. Touch, always touch, smile. You know, give a wink, a nice little pat on the butt for someone that you're in a relationship with. So keep the sparks going. I'm Donna Whittington from Peace, Love, Joy, and Bliss Coaching. You can connect with me on my website, Peace, Love, Joy, and Bliss Coaching.com. That's the website. The email is peace, love, and bliss coaching@gmail.com. You can also connect with me on Facebook. I have a Love Connections page, and that is Love Connections LLC. You can find me there. Make sure you like the page. We'll have lots of information on there, so seek us out there. You can also send a message there as well. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Don't forget to flirt.
What if you could have total nurturing, caring, kindness, expansiveness, and joy with your body? What if you could appreciate your body exactly as it is now? As a way of nurturing and cultivating a sense of peace and calm in your body, here's something you can do. Close your eyes. Place your hands on your face. Breathe and sense your hands on your face, receiving your hands, receiving your face. Breathe. And your face receiving the energy from your hands. Now, thank your body for being with you. Thank your body that no matter what you put it through, it's still with you. Pour forth as much love and appreciation as you can. Connect down into the rest of you and breathe. And now open your eyes. And what if you could start your day like this, or end your day like this? Becoming fully aware and fully appreciating your body, what it requires. Would that cultivate peace and calm and communion with your body? So what would it take? Blessings, namaste, and have at it.